Hello guys, and welcome back to class. Today I'm going to be showing you how to derive the quadratic formula. I'll just give you the formula so that when we are done we'll have to get something like this: plus or minus square of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is what we are going to be doing. We want to use this basic quadratic equation here. Your a, your b, and your c are constants. Can be any of the can give it any constant. Then we want to derive and get this quadratic formula. In my country, a lot of persons call it almighty formula, just because it can solve almost all the quadratic equations that you have. So we are going to be using the idea of completing the square. So what I'll do here, first of all, this constant term that doesn't have x close attached to it, I'll take it to the other side. So I'm going to have ax squared plus bx is equal to minus c. The next thing I'll do is I'll divide all through by a. So this, I'm going to divide this by a, divide all this by a. So I'm going to have x squared plus b over a x is equal to minus c over a. So the next thing I'll do, remember I said we're going to use completing the square method. What I have here, I'll multiply the coefficient of x. I'll multiply it by half, and then I'll square the result. So the coefficient of x is b over a. I'll multiply it by half, and then I'll square the result. So I'm going to have b over 2a all squared. Now this result I have, I'm going to add it to both sides. So I'm going to be having x squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a all squared is equal to minus c over a plus b over 2a all squared. Good. Now at this point, if I'm going to factorize this, I'm going to have something like this. I'm going to have x plus b over 2a all squared. You know, if I should open this bracket, start looking for 2 terms, multiply all those stuff, you're going to get this. But the simplest way to do this is just pick the first term and then pick the last term. Put the both of them together and then square it. Or you just do the terms that have square, each of them that have square, you bring them together and then you put the square out here. If I expand this, I'm going to get this whole thing. So it's going to be equal to, now I'm going to expand this bracket. I have minus c over a plus b over 4a squared. I'll look for the LCM of this. Remember, I'm trying to make it to look like this. So let me continue from here. Looking for the LCM of this. This is still at my right hand side. I'll put it x plus 2a like this squared is equal to minus c. Okay, not minus c yet. The LCM is going to be 4a squared. So I have 4a squared. A into this place is 4a. Then I'm going to have minus 4ac when I multiplied, plus this is going to give me what? B, right? This is going to give me b. But wait, okay, sorry. Look at this point now. If I have 4a, here is supposed to be squared, right? Thank you so much. Thank you. You are following. I love that you're following. So this is what I'm going to get. I'll just swap this two. I'll have x plus b over 2a all squared is equal to b squared minus 4ac over what? 4a squared. I'll take the square root of both sides. I'll take the square root of both sides so that these ones will go out. Then I'll have x plus b over 2a is equal to, you know, whenever you take square root, it gives you either positive value or a negative value. So I have my plus and minus. Now the square root of 4a squared is going to be 2a. This one remains there because we don't have an actual result for it. I'm going to put this here. Then I'll move this one to this point because I'm looking for my x. So my x now is going to give me, if this goes here, minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So my final answer now is going to be, 2a here, 2a here. Just look with LCM. I'll have 2a, right, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So this is it. So with this now, I've gotten the quadratic formula. It's very simple. You use completing the square method. Maybe in my next video, I'm going to show you what completing the square method is. So that when you're solving this to derive the formula, it will be very simple for you to derive the formula, and then you can use it to solve any kind of quadratic equation. And until then, I'll see you in the next class.